We recently came across an idea that has changed the way we look at building habits. This is an idea that will make it easier for you to stick to good habits and avoid bad ones, and we call it the nothing rule. How does it work? Well, when you go to the gym and have an intense workout, where you know you pushed your body to its limits, you'll probably feel pretty sore for the next couple of days. But when this soreness comes around, you don't feel bad about it. You actually feel kinda good, right? Even though it literally hurts to get out of bed and move, you feel good because you know that you put in a lot of effort during the workout, and now your body is rebuilding itself back stronger. You know that this type of pain is part of the strengthening process. On the other hand, let's pretend that you're a complete newbie and you didn't know that being sore was part of the process. If you suddenly woke up 2 days after your first intense leg workout with incredible pain in your thighs, you might be worried. You might think that you did something wrong because you were fine yesterday, and all of a sudden, you can barely walk. This pain might even cause you to take some medication to try and alleviate the symptoms. The only difference is that you don't know that the pain was supposed to be expected and a part of the process. The pain is a good sign. The reason I'm bringing this up is because pain works in a very similar way when it comes to our addictions. Not just our addictions, but all of our behaviors. You see, whenever you indulge in any pleasurable activities, whether it's playing video games, watching naughty videos online, or chomping down fast food, you're spiking your dopamine to levels much higher than normal. Now, what's interesting is that when you stop these activities, your dopamine doesn't just return to the baseline level that you started at. It actually drops below baseline, directly correlated to how high the spike was, which means that the higher and longer the high you've been chasing, the lower you will drop for longer. Now, what does low levels of dopamine feel like? According to Google, a lack of motivation, tiredness, inability to focus, anxiety, can't feel pleasure from previous enjoyable experiences, feeling of hopelessness, trouble sleeping, and more. Essentially, you feel like crap. This, in a way, is a type of pain. It's not really the physical pain you get from a hard workout. This is more of a mental thing, a boring, uncomfortable, sad type of pain. Now, what's interesting is that this pain is actually a good thing, just like how the soreness after working out is a good thing. You see, the only way for your dopamine levels to recover to baseline levels, to the levels it used to be at when you were younger, where it was easy to find motivation and pleasure in life, the only way to get closer to that level is to do nothing. This boring, sad, tired feeling you get after taking a break from pleasurable activities is a sign that your dopamine levels are slowly starting to recover. So instead of reaching for more dopamine-spiking activities to relieve yourself of this pain, do nothing instead, and you will eventually heal with time. Your baseline levels will increase, and many things that recently felt boring will start to feel slightly pleasurable again, such as getting some work done or chatting with some friends. Here's your chance to focus on building up these good habits so that you can eventually get a life where turning to your bad habits isn't your way of spiking your dopamine levels. You'll have a healthier alternative that satisfies you. Speaking of healthier alternatives, having someone to speak to about your issues is always a good idea because it allows you to untangle the mental mess that lives in many of our heads. Here's another tip I want to leave with you in regards to dealing with these negative emotions. It's called the 10-minute trick, and I picked it up from the Diary of a CEO podcast. This is something you can use if you feel like the nothing rule isn't effective enough. When you feel a strong negative emotion, such as boredom or stress, where you want to do something to spike your dopamine a bit to help alleviate the pain, such as playing on your phone, you simply tell yourself, "Okay, I'll play on my phone in 10 minutes. This helps relieve some of the pain, for there is the pain of not knowing when you'll be able to relax. That causes you to feel even more uncomfortable on top of the already negative emotions you feel during the dopamine recovery process. This is actually a huge source of uncomfortable feelings we have every day. Uncertainty. When you're trying extremely hard to stay away from a bad habit, it will constantly be in your mind. But when you give yourself a time slot to deal with a negative emotion, your brain can relax, knowing that there's already a plan in place for relieving that pain. And that's it. I hope the 10-minute trick and the nothing rule are helpful in your habit-building journey. I wish you good luck and keep forging. See you in the next one.